of Scarborough, Asia Mr. Aris Babikian.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for CTCCO and the President for organizing this important press conference. It is important because we need to send a message to the public. We as public officials, we have the role to send a vote of confidence to our resident that this virus should not alter our way of life. We are facing a difficult time. It is true that we have to be careful, we have to be cautious, we have to prevent and we have to change certain things in our life, but that doesn't mean that we have to change our entire way of life. Today, we are facing a more difficult question than the health factor, health risk of the virus. The paranoia that set in our communities is much more dangerous than the health risks, health factors of this virus. Because the paranoia is much worse than any condition. It is a mental. Once that sets in our minds, it will be affecting our fabric. It will affect our society, our diversity. The same way we are enjoying our various cultural communities here in Canada and in Toronto. We enjoy their culture, their traditions, etc. We should not let one single health factor incident turns us against each other, because united we will be able to defeat this virus. But once we are starting ghettoizing or starting making segmentation of our society, that will be much more worse. The health, we can overcome it, but once the fear and paranoia sets, we have a difficulty to overcoming. I would like to assure everyone that in regard to my colleagues on the federal level stated that the Federal Ministry of Health and the government is doing their best. Also, I would like to reassure you that the provincial government, the Minister of Health, Christine Elliott, and her team are working closely with the federal and the municipal level health experts to prevent these or try to calm down the fears of the people. We can assure you that this risk is much less than what it is pretended or what it is being shown. Unfortunately, there are lots of windows, fake news, false news are spreading around. And these false news are coming from people who are bigoted people, because they are not addressing the issue of the health factor, but they are trying to make this issue a racist issue. For a long time, from the beginning of the crisis, the Chinese community bared the brunt of this health crisis. And as the development, as the news showed that it is not only the Chinese issue. Today we have seen Italy is affected. Italy is in the heart of Europe. Iran is affected. Japan, Korea, 60 countries around the world today are affected with this health crisis. So this is affecting all of us, not one certain segment of our society, one certain community, ethnic community or the other. And that's why we need to stand in solidarity with each other. We have to work with each other. And I already spoke with the Scarborough Health Network, the 3 Scarborough hospitals, and they assured me that the 3 hospitals are ready for any eventuality. They are prepared, they have the know-how, they have the expertise, they have the equipment, they have the means to act immediately. And our ministry every day, the Minister of Health in Ontario, every day we receive briefs on the development of The Ministry of Health and other health officials, they have a briefing to the media, to the morning. The Ministry of Health and other health officials, they have a briefing to the media, to the public, about the development. So we are taking this issue seriously. And as the Scarborough Aging Court, I have been trying to be more in the public. I have been visiting Chinese restaurants. I have been visiting, doing my shopping in my regular Chinese supermarkets with my family members, just to send a message to the public that we should not be afraid. Last Sunday I visited Foodie Mart, and I had an opportunity to meet with the managers over there. I spent an hour there, did shopping, I spoke to the people over there. Yes, the Chinese businesses are affected, they are suffering. And the managers told me that usually on Sunday morning, the lineup is all the way to the end of the aisles. And when I was there were only 5 or 6 people in on each cashier line. So we should not be afraid. We should continue our way of life. And the most important thing that we have to stand together on this. This is the Canadian way. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you very much for very relevant suggestion that the President gave us to the various levels of governments to take them and act on them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Papikian. Next, may we